All right, guys, how's it going? Hey, if you watch my morning briefing, you'll be happy to know that I've paid my tax bill this morning. Get it there! Do you know, I have to pay it again next month. But I had two big tax payments that went out today, contributions or whatever, and I was a bit squeaky bum as to whether I'd meet them both. But I did it today, so all's good in the hood. How are you doing? You all right? My morning briefing, you haven't been on very long, and I've already got one thumb down, so that must be that clown from yesterday. Liverpool have opened discussions with Sporting Lisbon boss Ruben Amorim, 39, to replace Jurgen Klopp. This was posted on the BBC gossip pages this morning today. And they're citing foot mercato, obviously in France, and in French, no surprises there. I took a look at the article for you. They're talking about the challenge for Liverpool for the summer because Jurgen Klopp's leaving. They're talking about the names that have been linked with Liverpool, over the last several months. The most serious being Xabi Alonso, who's done, really well for Bayer Leverkusen. But he decided to continue his adventure in Germany. Basically one less candidate that Liverpool could consider. But now they're saying the one leading the race, if you like, is sporting coach Ruben Amorim, according to our information. So they're not saying like this is what reports in Spain are saying or reports in the UK. They're not citing anybody else. They're claiming their information. Now, when it's a neutral country making claims about business that doesn't really involve them, I'm always a little bit, suspicious of that. Do you know what I mean? See, I don't really pay much attention to those scenarios. Unless the only way I would listen to what they're saying right now, if you like, is if a French club, let's just say Marseille, right? It's the only one I know, I think. Well, apart from the obvious PSG in there. All right, I know a few, but it's the first one that came in my head. Marseille. Let's say Marseille after a new manager. Oh, PSG. All right. What have I've opened up? I've opened up a can of worms here, haven't I? Right. Let's just imagine any of those clubs were looking for a manager and they were linked with Ruben Amorim, right? Then there is a possibility that they would have knowledge of what was happening as a result of the attempts that were happening in France. But I do not see Amorim. Who would he be linked with there anyway? But I don't see that. Do you know what I mean? I'm not sure I believe that according to our information. Foot mercato is quite speculative anyway, but we would pay attention to them, or maybe not pay attention, but just certainly digest what they may have to claim if they were talking about, players linked with Liverpool, but linked with, like Mbappe during all that shit, for example, Liverpool, PSG, blah, 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 blah. So, but in this instance, I don't think that I believe that according to our information, the young 39-year-old tactician, hey, Brendan Rodgers tactician, is in demand. He has a clause of 20 million if a foreign club wants to offer him. The clause increases to 30 million if a Portuguese competitor wants, to hire him. However, David Ornstein, who is one of the two journalists that we pay attention to concerning Liverpool Football Club matters, David Ornstein, Paul Joyce, born again Joyce. Ornstein thinks it's 10 million euros. He picked that out of thin air. That's what I think someone said to him at Liverpool, but maybe well, we think we can get him for 10 million. Do you know what I mean? This last week, what I reckon, and I spoke about this yesterday, is I think Liverpool right now will be exploring exactly pound for pound how much it would cost to trigger that clause. Doesn't suggest that they will or mean that they will, but they need to know what's what, right? So again, the French publication here is going with the well-reported claims that it's 20 million and 30 million euros. Liverpool have already started discussions with the agent of the Portuguese coach. Ruben Amorim is interested in this project, but wants to concentrate at the end of the season with Sporting, but he remains Liverpool's number one choice. I believe that our first sit-down with Ruben Amorim's representatives was around I'm sure it was 7th of February. Around that day. I think there's a video on here on the 7th of February from Fabrizio Nositolio. I'm sure it was the 7th of February. I'm not going to look, it's irrelevant, but a long time ago, long time ago, right? In Madrid, Spain, which obviously isn't Portugal, but that's where it's supposed to have taken place. And Liverpool have already started discussions. I believe this, but I don't think that you should assume that that's all they're doing. You know, there will be discussions ongoing with other people, of that I'm pretty certain. But he remains Liverpool's #1 choice, and I think right now he is the leading candidate. That's what I would, how I would describe it. So the reason for making the video is if you see any claims today that Liverpool have opened discussions, because often people go around and go on social media and they'll say this but won't say where it's come from. It's come from Fuck Mercato, who I think... sorry, I'm looking at my notes. I think might have published that claim last night, but again, I'm not sure. So you'll have seen various people making the claim anyway. So I'm just telling you where today, if you hear it today, that's where it's come from. Fuck Mercato, French publication. How do they know what's going on? There's no French connection anywhere from what I can see. And it is a publication that is known for quite speculative claims. All right, guys. If you appreciate the video, please give a thumbs up. I think all my videos will get thumbs down today by that numpty yesterday that I booted off here. So please give me a thumbs up. Please drop me a comment. And if you want to buy me a coffee or a beer, I am going to have a drink tomorrow. Definitely, I'm going to have a drink tomorrow. But if you're a Muslim, you can look at it as a coffee on Sunday. You can hit the super thanks button. Please read the video description. Connect with me on social media. Join the newsletter. Big things I'm going to be doing on there soon, right? That I won't be talking about on here. So it'll just be the occasional email. There'll be no advertising in it or any shite like that. Yeah, I think you should, you know, especially if you're at work, right? You know, if you're at work, then you might get a little ping on your phone. Oh, there's an email from Donkey. What the fuck's that? You know what I mean? It's in the video description, completely free. Connect with me on social media, blah, blah, blah. All right, that's it. All right, guys, I'm off to get my hair cut. Shortly. I want to shave today. Can you tell? I don't know if you can see an extra chin now or not, but yeah. Someone said I looked a bit younger. Yeah, I'll take it. All right, guys, see you in a bit.